Hour Boxing Bants. I'm here in lovely part of the world.
In a city, Dublin.
Literally right in the middle of the city. Getting taken all over the place now because yes, I was in Dunleary, now I'm up the top end. So, do you know what I mean? To different parts, different accents and everything, you know.
getting to see Dublin.
Yeah.
Suburbs.
So obviously I'm here with Craig, the Oren O'Brien, and Craig, you're still currently the Irish Super Welterweight champion and Celtic. Yeah. So how's things? How's training? How's everything going? Obviously your last fight was the whole show was pulled. So
yeah.
What are you doing at the moment, keeping yourself busy?
Yeah, I was sparring yesterday. I done 10k last night, 2 sessions Monday, so I'm back eating. Well, I'm eating well. I had a few days out last week, but when I say a few days out, I was still in the gym. Done a few sessions, but haven't been on a full as if I'm fighting. So yeah, I'm still out in the gym. I'm still walking away, still training, back out there again today, and hoping to get a date soon. That show was the end of October. It would have been last week in Belfast. I got pulled. Everything was going great for that. I was flying, dietitian on board, eating well, in great shape. 3 weeks out, bang, I got pulled. So
yeah,
you know and I know that's boxing. So what can you do? You just got to roll with it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
At the moment, I don't know where. I know after Christmas, after the New Year, I'm pushing to get into America, but I'm hoping to get out before then. Fucking anywhere at this stage. You know what I mean? So see what way it goes.
In terms of your management at the moment, so you're signed with a Boston management company, am I right in saying that?
Well, I'm not actually signed, but I'm working with them as in promoting.
Yeah.
But management wise, Pascal's looking after me management wise, and yeah, so that's where I link them back in. We'll be hopefully out in Boston again on Paddy's weekend, but before then I could be actually somewhere else in America in January, so I'll know over the next 5 or 6 days. That's what I'm working towards. So I don't know whether I'm going to be out before Christmas. If I am, it'll be brilliant, but if not, I should be announcing the fight soon enough.
Yeah.
For after Christmas.
So like in terms of now, like you've kind of done everything you can in Ireland. Like you beat Jay for the Irish title. That's kind of the pinnacle now, do you know what I mean, in terms of domestic level. So what is it? I know you went over and fought Anthony Fowler, and hindsight's a great thing, do you know what I mean, if you had won, and etc. But what is it that you want to do now with the rest? Like, how old are you now at the moment?
30.
You're 30. Yeah, so you got plenty of time left now. But what is it that you'd like to achieve now, going forward?
I'd love to walk towards the European title fight and get a shot at that. I do. As I said, when I set out, the dream was like an Irish title, and I got the BOI title, then I got an Irish title, so that was brilliant. But I believe in my ability, and if I can do what I do in the gym and bring it into the ring, I can go. I still have a lot of good fights, and yeah, I think I'm capable of winning the European title, definitely. So that's what I push for, and then just keep working towards that. As I said, I believe in the ability, and I won the Irish title now. Sort of, I'm still Irish champion, but
it's still sitting over there. Yeah,
it's over there. Yeah, but that's like one goal gone. But yeah, domestically, there's still good fights there. Like kids will come in if the fights are right. You'll take them, but I'd love to walk towards. I don't know. Listen, there's WBO, Europeans. It doesn't have to be just the EBU one, or
that's what I was saying. Is it the legitimate European you're looking for, or a ranking belt?
Yeah, well, any one of them. A new belt would be nice. You know? A new belt would be nice, but yeah, but I believe I have the ability, man. The Fowler fight was a hard fight, but I didn't showcase myself proper on that. You know what I mean? And that puts me down a little bit. As I said, if I can bring what I do in the gym into the ring, it could be completely different. I didn't that night. You know what I mean? Man, it was probably the big stage. Got a little bit of stage fright. I don't know, but yeah, I know of a lot more in me, and it's just getting them fights at the right time. So just push on now, and hopefully, if I can break into America and showcase my skills out there and have a good fight, but just keep on fighting. When you never know what can happen out there. You know what I mean? So you look at Spike. He got a break out there, so hopefully we can get that break and
yeah,
keep working towards that, you know. So
Um, the Irish title as well. Like I always say to people, like, you don't realise how prestigious it is in terms of the names that have won it, and you know, you go like, that's something that'll never be taken away from you. It's kind of like Curtis Woodhouse. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah,
but,
I do know. Yeah,
but he's another fella. Like he's up with those names in the British title. That'll never be forgotten. Do you know what I mean? So the Irish title, like, you've got Tyson Fury who won it. You got Steve Collins, Senior, who won it. Andy Lee, even Frankie Gavin. Like all these names that have won it. So you're in line with all those people.
You're
like,
in there, yeah. Now,
when
you look at it from that angle, it's definitely good. And then I don't think I got done as an amateur in the final of one of them for an Irish title. So, and then I never stayed around the amateurs much. So to get it as a pro was brilliant. You know what I mean? Because as I said, when I set out, I was like, when I was only one fight or two fights, I was like, I'll push for the Irish title. I walk towards it. That can be a dream.
Yeah.
But you're starting off with like 4 rounders.
Yeah.
And like that 10 rounds, that's that big fight then, you know, that championship fight, and then to get that fight and win the title was brilliant. You know what I mean? And then got the BOI as well. So again, that's 2 belts, but I don't know, man. I'm well capable of getting big fights and winning big fights. So if I can get, like I just said, if it's a proper European, the legit one, it'd be even better. That gives you the ranking, doesn't it? It gives you the world ranking.
Oh yeah, of course.
Nowadays they all give you rankings.
They do, yeah, but in each governing body, like, so for instance, Declan for Archie Sharp. Archie Sharp, it has the WBO European. Now he's ranked number 7 in WBO, but as I understand it, he's not ranked to any of the other belt organisations. So he's probably 1 fight away from fighting for a WBO world title, but he wouldn't be ranked with the other belt bodies. Do you know what I mean? But European would be kind of universally recognised as a ranking in pretty much all of them, really. You know. Yeah,
it's still good.
Of course,
yeah. More rank, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, once you have that belt, like a WBO or an IBF, now you bring something to the table. So even if you're not ranked WBC, a WBC ranked fighter could be like, yeah, look, like, let's get him over and fight him. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, absolutely. So that's what you look towards. Then I see in America there's an IABA belt. Is that it gives you
in America?
Yeah, it gives you one. I think Noel Kennedy won one of them.
I think, from what I understand now, the one I'm thinking of is called the NBA. It's NBA.
Something like that.
I know it sounds like the but it's like it's a black belt.
That's right.
National Boxing Association. Now obviously it's not, their world title isn't seen as a world title, but if you win that, you would be ranked with WBO.
Is that just WBO, is it?
I think so, yeah. I think they have a good relationship. I think they have a good relationship with WBO. So for instance, you've got Alfonso Lopez, sorry, who's a light heavyweight. Now no one over here would know him, but he fights in Texas, over in America. He's light heavyweight. He has the NBA world title,
right, the black one.
but he also, because of that, he got a ranking Mexican continental belt with WBO. So he's ranked at WBO as well. Like, so he's ranked with Stephen Ward, Liam Conroy, all that's
what I'm saying. So that gives, so even a belt like that'll give me that ranking, and that you push on. You know what I mean? That you're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No. Again, the Irish title is great, wasn't it? But listen, if someone came and the fight was right and the opportunity was right, and I defend it. You know what I mean? So again, I don't know what's going to happen at the moment. I push 30, so the next 2 or 3 years will be vital. So making the right moves and the right choices is going to be key. You know what I mean? But listen, I train hard every day, and as I said, once I get the right fight, I'll take it. You know what I mean? If it's defending that title or if it's pushing on, but I'd like to push on. Yeah. You know, so see what way it unfolds, isn't it?
That night that you fought Fowler, that Katie was fighting that night, wasn't she?
That's right. Yeah.
But that, I have to say, that card in general, you know, despite the fact now that obviously what happened in your fight, that card in general was actually brilliant. It was a brilliant card. It was probably my favorite. It was my favorite of the night. Now at that stage, I didn't know who you were. That fight, when you look back, what would you have done differently now looking back? You know, looking back now at him fighting Scott Fitzgerald, and he's lost to him now, and Scott's now gone on and been a British title holder. What do you think you would have done differently?
I'm not saying I've phrased on the big stage, but I didn't express myself enough. I didn't let my hands go enough. I didn't, as I said, I didn't do what I always do on all my other fights. You know what I mean? There's a lot, like it could be so more different if I had a proper camp now, proper 8-week camp, proper sparring partners, etc. Going into that fight, it could be completely different. I was in great shape, as in diet wise, but I sparred and all wasn't great for me. You know what I mean? I was getting physio on my arm, all that shit. I had tennis elbow, kept going on me. But
how many weeks did you have notice?
Like three and a bit. Now I was at the being fighting for the show. I was at the being training at the fight on Jay Bourne's show at that time, and that got pulled like 2 weeks before. And then I got news that might be happening, but we were going on about a week. It must have been 2 weeks plus, trying to get a good deal out of it. And match round, it was back and forth. It was on, it was off, and it was different. But anyway, if in the fight, just expressing myself more, letting my hands go more, being more busier, and you know what I mean. And it's just different. When I let my hands go, I got success out of it. You know what I mean? I just didn't do that enough. So
yeah, I think you knew you were kind of the better technically boxer, and you know, for most of the fight, one thing I noticed that he was constantly faking or just touching it up above, and he was constantly going to the body, constantly. I couldn't get over how much he was doing it.
Yeah, it took the toll to coming towards the end of body shots. He's a big guy. Yeah, like at the weigh-in, because he's big, and at the weigh-in I was like, this kid isn't that big, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I sized him up and squared. I was like, he's not big, but the night he got in the ring, I was like, it's like a different fucking fighter, you know what I mean? Yeah. This cat's big, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But again, listen, when if I could have settled into more and got the rhythm more, it could have been completely different, you know what I mean? But it's all on the night, and taking nothing away from him, it was a massive knockout, you know what I mean? But it's funny, you don't feel that in there. It's like, you know what I mean? No. It's not as if you got like breakdown or bet down. It's just that one glance of shot and bang, you were gone. So it was a heavy knockout, and looking at it, it wasn't nice, you know what I mean? No, it wasn't. No. And it was like a knockout like that, and then the fight Adri, a man Dave Allen fought, didn't he?
Dave Allen fought, Nick Webb.
And it was even a better knockout, I think. I think that took the fucking eye off mine a small bit, you know what I mean? So,
well, I think that one was big because Dave Allen had kind of said, look, if I lose this, I'm done, and he kind of just took the fight on a whim. And Eddie Hearn just basically said, look, just fill up the card, used to fight, winner, look, and he actually put on a winner's bonus for it, just to give it a bit more incentive, man. Like just because he felt that Dave Allen was going to retire after. I think he thought he just threw it in, and Dave was losing pretty much the whole fight, and
Conor with the one shot,
and he just literally ducked. He slipped down and then just came over the top of the right hand and literally
just landed it.
Yeah.
Peach gone.
But he's actually in the opponent, Nick Webb. He's now going to be in the ultimate boxer with Sean Turner and stuff like that.
Didn't Webb get knocked out after that fight again?
He lost again. Yeah. He had a few fights since then there, but
I think he boxed for some sort of title and got knocked out 4th or 5th round or something.
Yeah, he has. I know he has lost since then. But basically, he's in it with Sean. So now that draw obviously isn't going to be made till much closer to the time. But that's in December, so he's in it now. So hopefully Sean.
Great opportunity for Sean.
Yeah.
Brilliant opportunity, man. You know what I mean?
That's
loads of time for training for it, to get ready for it. Plus it's 3 rounds fight, is it? Is it 3 round fight?
3 round fight, so 3 minutes, 3 rounds. Quarter-final, semi-final, final. Anything can happen in it, like really.
100%. But it's good for Sean, you know what I mean? Because he's used to he's a pro now a while, but the 3 rounds, he was a good amateur for years, and it'd be good for him. So hopefully he can get the result and win him, and it'd be great to see. It's good, man. Listen, give me an 8-week camp, I'll fight any of them. You know what I mean? So here it is, man. Once you have that camp and that, but the boys are lucky out there. They have TV, they've constant shows, you know what I mean? So they're staying busy, they know when they're fighting. Yeah. It's good, man. It's good in that sense for them, you know what I mean? I would this side of the blade pond, it's a bit tougher in them, man. There's nothing happening over here.
I know. It's difficult because in Ireland here, once you get to the pinnacle, you're still an opponent abroad. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
yeah, true.
You look at Luke Keeler now. Obviously, it's different now with MTK.
They're backing him
now. Like, like the Falls Park show, they're all A sides. Like Luis Arias came over as the B side for him, which would have never happened years ago.
True,
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
makes sense,
Luke would have got a call 2 weeks before the fight and would have had to go over and no preparation. And that's what happened to Luke earlier in his career. He got won an Irish title and then he got a call for Sky's show a few weeks out. You know, it's unfortunate because you're never going to be given that amount of notice. Do you know what I mean? Like Matthew Macklin said, he said a great story about his sparring partner. I forget his name now, but he could bang. He was a really good fighter and really good sparring partner. But he used to blow up like 2 stone up all the time, and he said he would walk around expecting that he's going to get a call for a 10-week camp. Do you know what I mean? And Matthew Macklin was like, you're part of the Who Needs You club. Yeah. So no one's going to call you 10 weeks out and give you the notice that you want, you know.
But it totally makes sense what you're saying. Like if you go back to me fighting Fowler, 3 weeks. If you go back to that kid Conway who were on about when he boxed Cheeseman, in your call, 2 weeks notice for like a 12-round English title fight. You know what I mean? So it does make sense in what you're saying. But again, then when they're all over there, they're all the ace. So
exactly.
They're the ones running it. Yeah. That's the way it is.
But you're the kind of person now where you fought at New Fowler and you've only had one loss. You're still Irish champion, and there's still, you know, it's still very likely that you could get a call to go abroad. Do you know what I mean? To fight on one of those cards against, because they have such a big pool of them there in that weight class. Yeah.
If you're a promoter and you want to go 50-50 fight, well, give them both notice, you know what I mean? But I suppose you're only building one. You're only building one of them, aren't you? You know what I mean? So it's if I'm their fighter, they want to look at me. They don't care about you, but then they bring you in, you know.
Exactly. So. Especially if you don't have the management behind you and the promoter, as in big names, and have money behind them, because they're going to be like, right, we've offered this money. Well, no, I want a longer time. They'll be like, alright, we'll just offer something. Whereas MTK they kind of hold the cards. Like, that's never going to happen to like Luke again.
Yeah, because he's the ace, so he's getting looked after.
Yeah, he's never going to.
Luke's done brilliant, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's kind of turned it all around now. You know, since he's gone training full time, and he's repeating now. He's constantly learning all the time. He really enjoys it. And he always talks like he always loved being down in the Celtic Warriors gym as well. We sparred for years, Luke, when he's a gentleman. He's a sound fella. It's great to see him get to where he's going, you know what I mean? Yeah. Even without that, if you look at him, like he's always edging people on. He's like, well done, keep going, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like you never see him say a bad word around about anyone, so no. It's great to see him where he's going. I hope he gets that world title for you. Yeah. And gets well paid for, and fucking I hope beats the fuck out of yeah. Andre, that's the fella that Andrade, yeah. So someone in Ireland at domestic level at the moment, there's a lot of fighters I've spoken to, who male and female, who they fought as amateurs for a while and then they had a break from boxing and they came back, I suppose. Now some of them have been public about it, some not, like you've been public about it, and they fell into some trouble. Do you know what I mean? Between the ages of, let's just say, 17 to 25, whatever, and they feel like this is kind of like their second, not like almost like a second, like, or it's a second opportunity. Do you know what I mean? At boxing, do you know what I mean? A lot of them maybe felt that they were good enough when they were younger, and then they kind of walked away from it, and they've come back and they're like, they've stopped all the other things that they were doing, and they're like, you know, I still kind of have it. I can still do this. That was similar to yourself, am I right? Yeah, well, I was good as an amateur. I had a lot of fights, over 100 fights, and I won, I don't know, 80% or so. I was a good amateur. I knew I was good at boxing, and even when I fell out because I went down the bad road and I was in trouble and stuff like that, and like boxing was the last thing on my mind then, because I was out and about and I was running wild and I was with all the lads, you know. I didn't give a fuck about boxing. But was your dad a big influence on you boxing when you were younger? Or? Yeah, well, not so. Yeah, well, he brought me. So from the age of 8, he brought me to the club, and he'd bring me down 3 times a week and once on the weekend. You know what I mean? And there was shows on. My dad be everywhere with me. So if you go to America, he'd be in America. If we're in Liverpool, he'd come everywhere with me. So he was the one that got me into it. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd have never went boxing. You know. So
But I boxed when I was 8 till I was like 15 or 16, and then I fell out of it, which now when you look back, it'd be like them extra 3 or 4 years, 5 years with a stellar, I'd only progressed more, and you know what I mean. I don't know. I had a little bit more about me boxing wise. You know what I mean, the ring. So
but then you wonder, like in hindsight, maybe you would have went stale by that stage. But by 21, you would be like, "This is all I've been doing." Do you know what I mean? And you watching everyone else having fun, you might have been like,
yeah, no, of course. My dad always says, "Listen, if you stayed at boxing, you probably wouldn't have met your girlfriend. You probably wouldn't have had kids. Life could have been different." You know what I mean? It's worked out the way it's worked out, and it's been good. But yeah, when I stopped, I'd loving to stay at it. It was just, yeah, I went down the wrong road completely, and it probably is a bit of a second chance for me. You know what I mean? Because I 360 my whole life around. Like I was fucking completely different to what I was now, man. You know what I mean? I was in and out of prison and smoking weed and doing things I shouldn't have been doing. You know what I mean? So now.
For the people listening now, I was only telling you when I parked outside Fibsborough. I said, you know what? I was. Funny enough, last time I was here, I was parked around here about 10 years ago. I said, me radio out my car, my brand new like CD player got robbed out of my car, and you were like, when was that? About 10 years ago. I was probably me.
Like strong possibility. No jokes, no acnabolics. There's a strong possibility. Like we just used to.
I hope you got as much money for it as I paid for
it. we just used to go through the streets just running wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, it's shit I'm not proud of, but it happened. But again, boxing came back a little bit and saved me in that sense. You know what I mean? It took me right out of that, and now I'm like, as I said, 360, changed my whole life around. Nice family now, confident, and fucking life's good and strong mentality, and so it's boxing. Not just boxing, lots of sports can save people. Like you say, second chances for people. Like it doesn't have to be boxing. You know what I mean? It can be anything for people. So. It's good, and sometimes you like giving back, you know. And some people like maybe you shouldn't tell your story so much because it's sometimes you get deep in it, and you know what I mean. It's everyone's listening to shit. I was like, but listen, it's anyone that knows me and supports me have seen me in the badge, you know what I mean. And now they see me now, which is good. So I've nothing to hide, and if someone's watching this, and whether it be some kid 18, 19 or 20 who's on that track now, who's I don't know, who's good at boxing or has a talent, whether it be fucking cooking burgers or drawing or whatever it may be, and they see this and they're like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get back into places to help kids out. Like I've been down Overstown once or twice with the kids. Obviously they're going down the wrong road. They're down there and trying to do a bit of training with them, try to help them back, and trying to give back and get into places and try to talk to kids and change their life a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it's only a bad road, but it's tough at that age. Because when I was at that age, everyone would tell me don't do this and do that, and your mum and dad telling you like, I know everything, which isn't the case. You know what I mean? It's only when you get older you suss it, and yeah, man, it's good that I had boxing to fall back into, and it sort of is like a second chance for me now. Like, you know what I mean? So gonna give her everything. Well,
like even there's so many of them that I talk to them, and some of them now are just like dead in the water in terms of like you just know they're never gonna go back down that path. But there's other ones that it was maybe their temper or whatever, and when I speak to them, I always see it when I'm talking to them. I can see that. I just know like something takes them off the right way. They can just slip over so easy, you know. But with you, like when you were decided to kind of stop going to boxing, I'd say there was a bit of pushback from, I'd say, because you said your dad went to a lot. Like, would your dad mean like trying to get you to go and stuff?
Man, killings in this gap many a night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The guy, we're in the house here, so the flat is just the back of us. So it got to the times I wasn't gone. My dad come around at like 6. Jim would be on a 6:30. We'd cry. I'd be like hiding on the stairs, you know what I mean? But don't say I'm be in the flats all day, you know what I mean? And then I'd let him go, and then obviously I'd have to do the walk home. We'd have to come home at like 10, 11 and then you know what I mean? And like, oh, there's going to be killings here in the gap, you know what I mean? Like, where the fuck were you on this, that, and then it just got to the stage where he knew I wasn't going no more, and I was just gone completely. I was down the wrong track, and it's only now when you sit down and you realise what you put them through as well. You know what I mean? Like I was out running wild to bleeding all hours in the morning and stuff like that, and she getting phone calls like I'm in prison cell and you come down and pick your son up and stuff like that. So it's only because I have kids now, man, and the last thing I want to do is anything like that. So I try better them now and try.
You know what?
Try
Though,
put them on that path.
From myself coaching for years, and one thing that's always been the same, whether I've coached in America, Canada, in the cities in America, in the country, in Canada and America, here in Ireland, and one thing I've always noticed is that the more the parent pushes and really instills it on them, like you have to do this, the more the pushback comes from kids. And I've seen there's kids I've coached. There was one in Ireland in particular that was unbelievable, like one of the best players I've ever seen in my life. But his dad was at everything. Like his dad signed him up for stuff that he didn't even want to sign up for, and his dad was the one that ultimately picked where he would play, like what club he played for. And he came to us in Chelsea, and he must have had about 12 clubs like at that stage, and he was only 11 or something like that, you know. But then I spoke to him about a year ago. Now he's about 16 now, and he got tried. He was at City, essentially wanted to sign him,
something else, man.
but he doesn't play anymore, and he's fallen out with his dad. Doesn't talk with his dad anymore. To me, his dad was so over him. You know.
Yeah, pushed him.
What would you be like? Do you think you've kids now? What would you be like in terms of sport and stuff like that?
Well,
when you look back,
like you can't like from a father's point of view, you can't blame the father pushing him.
No.
If the kid sees the other side of that, if the kid sees 5 or 6 years down the road when he's 23 and 24 and he's playing ball and he's a little bit comfortable from doing what he's done, he'd be thankful of the father. It's just at that age you think you know everything. You know what I mean? Like today is Wednesday. Monday I was like I brought the little fella to the gym a few times, and he likes it, he doesn't like it. Some days you go and he trains, some days you go you won't. You know what I mean? But he's playing this Xbox all the time. So I was like, listen, Tasha, I'm gonna pick him up from school 2:30. I'm gonna bring him to the gym. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's like, right, okay, I picked him up. All right, Dad. I was like, all right, son, yeah, we're going to boxing. I'm not going to boxing. I was like, yeah, I'm going to boxing. You know what I mean? I got him and he started crying. I was like, what do I do? I was like, no, I'm bringing him. And like literally 5 minutes from the school, when he knew he wasn't going home, he was brand new then. And we got out the gym. Now that was Monday. Now he's only 7.5. That was Monday, and he played the phone on Monday. Yesterday I picked him up. He's like, alright, Dad, he's on the gym. I was like, yeah, we're going to the gym. He knew, you know what I mean? And I brought him out the gym, but then yesterday he was shadow boxing and he had the gloves on, you know what I mean? So it's just, listen, even if it's not for him to be a boxer, it's just, I don't know, it's just to take him out for a few hours a day or take him away from kids are hooked on these games now nowadays, you know what I mean? So I would like
kids can be obsessive about things.
Yeah.
Once they like something, they're obsessed with it. You know, when they see a footballer, like when we were younger, you see a footballer and you go out and play and you're just obsessed with it. Same if with video games and stuff like that, you come up obsessed with one thing. And I see it in the gym. I still box now, amateur level, and I'm in my amateur gym up in Drogheda, and I see kids being brought in when they're 5 to 8, and they hate it to start. Like the parents hate it, but they still get dropped off all the time. And now there's kids that are winning Irish titles at 11. I just saw them in a year just become obsessed with it.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
it's just changed over a few months
out of nowhere, you know.
But like that's what I'm saying. Even if it's not, it's just to get him out for a few hours a day or something like that. But like if he has a talent, like sometimes fathers can be hard on kids, but sometimes it's the right way to be. You know what I mean? Like if you look at some boxers nowadays, like was it De La Hoya? He's out. He used to get in the gym all the time, and
could have been.
You wouldn't let him miss a day and stuff like that. Like it pays off in the end. You know what I mean? Some people it pays off for. So you gotta do it. Like even like I pick him up now. How to bring the gym. Listen, he like yesterday he's like, Dad, can I go down the shop? The shop is above the gym's above the shop. Yeah. So like, I gave him £3. He went down and got a pack of crisps and sweets. He's done that the past 2 days. Now he might go out and just get his sweets and sit there and I don't mind once he's there and he's out for a few hours with me, you know what I mean? Because otherwise he's going to be sitting there playing the game. Like so addictive for the kids nowadays.
There's two sides to it that I've seen. Like that child in particular I'm talking about now, he just wanted to play for fun. He wanted to play with his mates in the team, and his dad didn't see it that way. His dad saw him as this player and he wanted to move to this club and this club, and he didn't get player of the year. His dad pulled him out of the team. Do you know what I mean? So he had no control. He just wanted to play with his friends. That's one side of the line. The other line is like
some parents want to do it through the son. Is that right?
Probably that's what I mean. Like, do you know what I mean?
I know where
Like,
you're coming from.
like he was just special. Like he was playing. He was 11 playing under 13s, and he was just running a game. Do you know what I mean? But it was so effortless to him, like, you know. But and he wasn't. He was just doing it for enjoyment. But the other side of it is kids not doing anything. So I don't know if you know. Do you know Richie Towers, former heavyweight?
Yes.
Fought in Sheffield. Now he was in and out of jail. Now he wouldn't have had the battle, but he turned pro very late, and he became Klitschko's sparring partner for years, and he actually dropped Klitschko before the Fury fight in sparring stuff. He said he softened him up for that fight.
He's with Adam Booth, is that right?
He was with Alan Booth.
Yeah.
So now what he does is he teaches boxing now, and I'm sure he does other stuff as well. But he has a couple of sons now, and from what I understand, that they are the most respectful young fellas you ever meet in your life. I've even heard them on his podcast, and he's like, he comes in the door and he's like, "What do you say?" He said, "Hello Tris, how are you today? It's lovely to meet you." And he's only like 8. Do you know what I mean? But he told a story about his child, and he teaches his sons boxing, and he brought the child in, and he said to the group, he said, "Son, if you came into me one day after school and he says, 'Dad, I don't feel like going boxing today,' what would happen?" And he says, he just looked up and he says, "You'd look at me and say, 'Get your stuff, son, and get in the car.'" And he said, because he says, "There's no such thing as breaks." He says, "You have to be doing something." He says, "I don't," and he said, what he means with that is, I'm not going to make you do boxing if you don't want to do boxing, but you have to be doing at least one thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't care if it's badminton, tennis,
swimming, whatever.
Swimming. He says you have to be doing at least one thing. There's no breaks. He says no problem if you don't want to do boxing, but if you've committed to the season, you finish the season, and then you can change if you want to what you want, but you have to pick something. So that's the other side of it. Do you know what I mean? Like you're saying, if you don't want to play, that's fair enough, but you're not going to go home and play your iPad all day.
Yeah,
that's kind of what you're saying there.
It's like now listen, they're only kids. You see them in it. Like as I said, I picked him up and he's like, "No, I'm not going." He was crying before, so I made him. And he knew when I took one turn and I wasn't going home, he was grand. Filming us there. He had YouTube on singing songs, like, you know what I mean, in the van. So it's just trying to get them. Like in the space of 3 or 4 weeks, he'll know his daily routine probably is going to the gym all the time.
Yeah.
And as I said, whether he wants to go down and get a fiver and go down and have sweets and sit there watching YouTube while I train, I don't mind that. He's out, he's saying hello to people, this, that, and the other. We're going home, playing the game at 3 o'clock in the day, probably till, which it's so ridiculous. The Fortnite game for the kids are so ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Everything is skins. You know what I mean? So it's just it's good for them to get out and about as well. So. But some fathers try to live their life through that kid, if you know what I mean. Like that father you're probably on about was probably a good footballer, and probably didn't happen for him. And he's like, "Well, it'll happen for my kid." And you push him. Sometimes you can't do that. You know what I mean?
No.
As I said, if I bring him out, if I bring Craig out, I won't push him. I'll be like, "Do you want to do a part 5?" No, okay then. Leave him sit there. You know what I mean? If he wants it, but then he'll do it. You know what I mean? So you can't keep pushing them. Sometimes you gotta let them be a little bit free. So.
And such is like. And I've related that with Stephen Sharp, with current domestic level fighters. Now, not necessarily your own, because you be looking to push on for European title and stuff like that. And some people at that level can make a living out of it. Do you know what I mean? But at the domestic level, pretty much everyone is working and fighting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like that time on a Saturday, regardless of what they're getting paid, that's their time to shine. So it's like the child when they play a football game. That's their time to shine, to enjoy them.
Yeah.
People tell them what to do in school and at home. So when I've seen the other side where the parent doesn't make it enjoyable for them, I've had kids nearly physically ill before playing games because their dad's been talking to them in the car on the way down, talking about how big the game is, stuff like that, and it's an under 10s game and there's no trophies or nothing. I'm not saying that I agree with not having any trophies, but if there's, you know what I mean, how big is a game really under 10s?
I see what you're saying. It should be fun for the kids. It should be
and
enjoyable.
the dads, I can see the dad, and you can see it in their eyes. It's like they're just a different person. You speak to them, they're lovely people, and then you see them on the sideline when their child's playing, and it's like it's a thing that comes over them. They're like different person. And I'm not even joking. Like I've been told, I said, like, you're going to go on the right wing, and they're saying no, I'm not playing that. I'm like, you've said to me you want to come on and play. He says, I'm giving you now. I'll put you in the right wing. He says, no, I'll come on, but I'm not going the right wing because my dad's down now. he's going to be shouting at me the whole, and he won't go on because he's so afraid of just hearing it in his ear. So that's the other side of it, taking the enjoyment out of it. Do you
That's
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying. Some fathers can be so much like when I boxed. My dad wasn't so much a coach around.
Exactly, yeah.
So he didn't give a
Yeah, he was just there to watch.
Yeah,
and
he'd
enjoy
bring
it,
me back, you know what I mean? And then,
Yeah.
as I said to you, when I got to the stage where he knew I wasn't going, he'd be like, right, Craig, walk away then, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's the way it was. There was no more him looking for me to go, me needing to go, stuff like that, you know what I mean? But sometimes I believe, like, you can't just let the kids run wild. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
He doesn't. He don't want to do it. He don't want to do it. So it's good. It's good to have them in some sort of sports. When I believe, as I said, sports saved me in the end. You know what I mean? Boxing come back and save me. So it's good. It's good to see some kids doing that an activity, and as you said, enjoying it more than that. And so it's good.
Yeah. So funny enough, this has become now about much more other deeper things than than boxing, hasn't it? But,
you start with boxing, we're talking about everyone now back there. And,
yeah. So something I was going to say to you is you were in the National Stadium last week. I saw it. That's where I came across you.
That's right. I was just surprised to see you. I mean, obviously you follow the boxing a lot.
Well, one of my friends in my boxing club was fighting in the super heavyweight division.
Oh, right.
I was going to say is Packy was there and yourself. One of your fellas was fighting now. Am I right in saying he's fighting in the final now? Tomorrow, Friday
night. Daniel O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
So Daniel, you know Daniel there.
I just saw him that night, but there was a lot of people shouting for him, so I thought I'd ask you about him, like, you know.
Yeah, a good crowd. Daniel is actually a great trainer. He's when we went to Boston, Daniel came with me and done my corner and all. He's like great pad man, great trainer, but he's only like 23, 24. But he's in the gym years and years, probably, I don't know, 10 years or something, or 7 or 8 years.
How old is he now?
24.
24,
and
right,
he trains daily, you know what I mean? He's a fucking fitness freak, man. I swear to God, we got a track running and he put the heart rate monitor on and I'm like 200 beats. I swear to God, Kieran, he's like 89. You're like, fuck off, Daniel. Like, it's impossible. He's like a fucking freak, he is, but he's like, he wants to, I think eventually he's going to turn pro, because he's a good fighter. Like, I spar him and I get great rounds out of him, he makes you walk. But Pascal's like, try some amateur fights first, break yourself in, stuff like that. So he went for the novices
last year.
No, just gone.
This year?
Month, yeah, last month he went with the novices. And he got done in the final, which was like fuck all in it. And
what weight was that again? 75?
75.
75, yeah.
So he came back and he's had to go into the intermediate. What's this one?
Intermediate. Well, it's not called that anymore, but it's intermediate. So.
At 75, and the first fight he beat the Box Cup champion. Then he beat another kid and he beat the other kid, but now he's in the final Saturday night. So it's looking good. I sparred him on Monday, just movement.
Yeah.
I seen the other kid fighting Friday night, and it's just sort to equal them.
The gym now in itself, what is the way you're training at the moment, and what's it like now having like the people that you have in the gym, that you're amateurs and pros? It must be very good to have that that level of
yeah. When you say amateurs, kids come and train. Pascal's like, if you want to come and train tomorrow, you're more than welcome. You know what I mean? So it's not a nice amateur club. Daniel's actually fighting now Lucan, but he's training with us. You know what I mean? But it's the gym is good, man. There's new faces coming in, the sparring. As I said yesterday, I was watching Tennyson yesterday. He was just sparring Noel O'Connor. Noel's coming on like leaps and bounds and Ray like that. And it's great watching that sparring. Then I was sparring, and every day we're out there every day training, and then you do your strength and conditioning in the mornings outside of it, and then you do my runs. You know what I mean? So the gym is good, man. You look forward to going out to the gym and getting a training session and having the yap with the boys and. Good atmosphere and everyone gets on with everyone, so that's what it's about, isn't it? So
yeah,
as I said, I think there's a couple of fights getting announced pretty soon. Hopefully I'll be fucking one of them. You know what I mean? So if hopefully I'm going to announce a fight for after Christmas, but hopefully if something happens before then, as I said, I'm training. I'm not. It's hard when you haven't got that date, man. It's,
you
know what I mean?
Nothing to work towards.
Like 3 weeks ago, I was like flat out. I was like in better shape 3 weeks out from my fight in Belfast than I was, I think, on the night I boxed in Cork. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mind was on it and everything was good, and then it gets cancelled and you're like, fuck, man. But like, I've done 2 sessions yesterday. I'm training 2 times a day. I get that phone call where you're fighting, I'll be on a bit more, you know what I mean? Start doing 3 sessions, but just wait and see what happens. And I'm just gone toward you, so just keep plodding away and see what comes out, isn't it?
Yeah.